here to help us. Okay. Today we have the pleasure of hearing from Joseph, who has 24 years of experience in the information technology industry, with roles in technical leadership and process design. He's passionate about technology, using technology to solve problems and improve productivity. Joseph joined Toastmaster to enhance his ability to communicate and persuade others on the adoption of technology in a productive and sustainable way. And today's educational is about helping Toastmaster members to understanding the opportunities within the club that you can use to leverage participation outside of the club for your personal growth, your emotional intelligence, and expanding our social network. So let's give a warm hug to Joseph. The stage is yours.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and most esteemed guests. So I'll kick off a timer as well, so I'll keep a bit of awareness on where we stand with time. Let's take a moment before we dig deep into the topic. And let's reflect. Why did you come here today? So my question is this. Why didn't you go to a bar or maybe a restaurant? Or instead of joining this meeting, just open Netflix and indulge in watching your favorite series, if that's your thing. And I'd like to invite you to open the mic and share your reasons for joining the meeting today, for joining Toastmasters. So we have 9 people. So I'm gonna invite some people to give me their reason for being part of Toastmasters. So let's start with Daria.
Thank you, Joseph. The reason I joined Toastmasters is because I was absolutely afraid of public speaking, which is not just speaking in front of an audience, but it was just opening my mouth. Absolutely. So I had a situation where I had to speak in front of 15 people and something happened. I got completely blind and it was very, very difficult. So I said, never, ever, never, ever again I will speak in front of an audience. But then, you know, life goes on and trains pass, as we say in Italian, and it's better to improve your own skill instead of losing chances.
Thank you, Daria. And may I invite now Tommaso to share his why?
Thank you, Joseph. Well, my motivation goes back to the time when I was living in London, because I used to attend Toastmasters there, and I loved the way people cared about improving their public speaking skills. So I was hoping to find something similar, maybe better, also here.
Thank you, Tommaso. And one last person, Gideon.
Yep, thank you. Maybe my response to your question might align to, if I got her correctly, the question Giulia asked during her speech. She spoke in Italian. Maschera should be Max, I think, right? Daria. So I'm here because over time, I came to discover that I had always had a max on me when I go on for public speaking. I don't know whether that was confidence or I would just tell myself, just go. I will just go. And when I come back, I don't want to know whether I did well or not. And then as I become advanced in age, I go up for public speaking. I want to be myself. I see that there's a disconnect. If I want to just be myself and talk, I see. But if I just say, oh, let me just go and just, so I felt I had always had a mask, and I hope Toastmaster, my being here today and continuously, will help me unmask so that I can be my real self if I stand before whoever, wherever to speak. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gideon. So I hear some people who are here to improve their communication skills. Some people are here to improve their confidence. Now, sometimes we choose to say we are here because we want to give service. And one of the values of Toastmasters is service. The 4 values of Toastmasters are respect, integrity, service, and excellence. And it's very important to be altruistic and give service to our fellow Toastmasters. But it's also important to be a little bit selfish and go beyond serving for the sake of it. We need to introspect what we are gaining from our participation. And we need to look at how is being a Toastmaster helping me grow. How is the educational program that Toastmaster delivers help us inch closer to our personal goals, to our life goals? And earlier, Nicole presented me as the division director. It's a role that I took on this year as a volunteer, and it's a role that is given to us as a loan to practice leadership skills. When I took on this role, I went through an exercise and I created this chart which helps me remember the skills that I wanted to acquire by volunteering. So it's okay to volunteer and to serve out of an altruistic purpose. But it's also important to keep in mind the long-term objective. And if we had to summarize, what are those skills that we gain out of Toastmasters? We gain the ability to communicate effectively through our participation in meetings, delivering prepared speeches, participating in the impromptu exercises which we just did, the table topics, and even delivering evaluations of various forms, whether it's the timer, the grammarian, or the speech evaluator. We also practice leadership skills by organizing events, by organizing the Toastmasters meeting, by organizing club contests. And we learn to constantly work at the edge of our comfort zone. And this helps us look at situations and opportunities with a different eye, have an attitude that we are less frightened to take on new opportunities. The last one, the last skill, the last aspect that I would like to elicit to you that we very frequently are able to gain at Toastmasters is networking. Through Toastmasters, we grow our social network, and this helps us grow and expand our horizons by being exposed through different mindsets. Now, why am I here today? What is my message to you? As you may know, we at Toastmasters at this point are deep in contest season. Now, have you at Toastmasters Academy Florence, have you already had your club contest? Yeah, I see someone, I see Daria nodding yes. So I guess you've already had the club contest, and now you know who, you know the placing at the clubs. Now, participating in a club contest is a learning experience. And for those people who have placed in the club contest, they will now move on to represent the club at an area level. And having a contest, having the area contest requires a number of volunteers. It requires a number of officer roles. We need a contest chair, contest masters, chief judge, judges, and so on and so forth. Now, one of the recommendations of Toastmasters is how we organize judge panels at an area level. And the recommendation is to have an equal number of judges from each club. This is meant to neutralize any prejudice in judges, whether subconscious or unconscious, and create a situation where all can be judged with fairness and equity. But I've just been speaking about not delivering service just for the sake of it, and making sure that we can gain something out of what we are doing, understanding that we are doing fits within the large picture. And participating in contests offers us a number of growth opportunities. So, some of you may have already seen this inverted pyramid. What does this inverted pyramid represent? It represents the structure of Toastmasters, the geographical organization. So we have at the top our members, which are the fulcrum of Toastmasters. Those members belong to a club, and those clubs are grouped in areas, which are then grouped in divisions, district, region, and then we have Toastmasters International. Now, if I had to explain this or try to use an analogy, in Italy, it would be like speaking about the regioni, province, e comuni. It is a similar organization of clubs. So if we see the situation of Toastmasters Academy Florence, Toastmasters Florence is part of Area 7, where you are an area of 3 clubs, the club in Malta, the club in Salerno, and your club. Your area is part of Division A, which is the group of clubs in Albania, Italy, and Malta. And Division A, the whole division, is part of District 109, which is a grouping of clubs coming from 16 countries, ranging from Italy up to Israel. Now, the deeper we go into these levels, the more role variety there are in organizing the contests and conferences, the larger the audience size, and more varied workshops, so a bigger opportunity for learning. And at division and district level, we actually organize a conference, because a conference is a mix of workshops. It's a mix of social activities where we visit the place where the conference is being organized, and it also contains the important aspect, the contest. Now, let's look at why should you volunteer. There are skills to be acquired out of volunteering, and if we look at some of the roles in contests and conferences, we can start off with the contest master. The contest master is the person who organizes the whole thing. They find the key roles, like, for example, the chief judge and the other contest masters, because a contest chair can then engage other contest masters and have a team of contest masters. So they are managing a project, they are learning the ability to delegate work, and they are learning how to organize events. Now, someone who takes on this role could very easily consider using the work that they are doing to complete the project, manage project successfully. So when you volunteer, it's not just about volunteering for the sake of it, but you can also use your experience to complete a project. Now, I will not go through each and every one of this because I'm noticing that I'm running out of time. So I'll go through the other roles. There are roles like timekeeper, bullet counter, and even these roles offer an opportunity to learn. You learn to work in a team, to collaborate. You work to think critically when you are being presented with the process on how to deliver your feedback. You can dive into an analysis of what can go wrong. How can I suggest to improve this? And most importantly, any role is going to have an opportunity to network. Now, if we look at the conferences, there are other roles. We have the educational chair, who is the person who finds the workshops that will be held during the conference. We have the social events chair, who is the person who organizes the social events. And then we have the sponsorship chair, the person who helps us find sponsors to help keep costs at a minimum. So let's take a look at the current group of contests. We have the area contest, which is going to be organized on 15th March in Napoli. And if you would like to volunteer, you can contact your area director. You have the division contest, which will be held in Verona on the 12th and 13th April. Sorry, the division conference. And you have the link here. And last but not least, you have the district conference, which will see people from 16 countries meet and we will see the winners of the division conference go head-to-head at the district conference. So now I hope you've had a glimpse of how participating in Toastmasters out of the club, how life out of the club can help you grow, can help you leverage the international aspect of Toastmasters to help you achieve your goals in achieving personal growth and in widening your social network. I hope to see you in Napoli. I will be there. So for those who will be joining in the area contest, I'll be happy to meet you there. If you have any questions, you are welcome to reach out to me, and I'll pass back the stage to our Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very, very much, Joseph. I think we really needed this educational and our club needed this educational. So I will share the recording to all our chats because it's really important. And I think what you said about balancing personal goals and also altruistic goals is really important because we do not move without a personal thing. Like, I agree, totally agree with that. So thank you very much. Now, adesso siamo arrivati alla parte delle valutazioni. Passerei subito e velocemente la parola a Giulia, che introdurrà anche gli altri valutatori. I will pass the microphone to Giulia that will start with the evaluation part of the evening. Thank you very much.